Our words don't mean anything. God's word is what matters. Read that.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God.
Now, God commands those who are going to follow him to speak what the Bible says. Any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. Now, you've been to church before, even when you was a kid. We all went to church at some time. Even if we didn't like it, we did, right?
Grandma made you.
Grandma made you.
Absolutely.
Whether you liked it or not. Now, one thing in the church that we didn't learn is the commandments. You understand? That's why a lot of us get caught up in evil, because we didn't know the right way to go. You understand? So, what denomination are you? Or what did you grow up? What church did you grow up in?
It's like what street? Baptist?
Yeah, Baptist. Pentecostal, what was it? Baptist?
Yeah,
Baptist. Now, where's your family from? What's your nationality?
I'm half Italian, half African American.
Okay, where's your father from?
He was born here, but his father's from Italy.
He's from Italy. Okay. Now, the Bible talks about how God's people are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? And in the Bible, it gives us our history, our nationality, and our heritage. We didn't learn those things when we came here on chattel and slavery. On these streets right here, these things happened to us because we broke God's commandments. That's right. Right, Lamar? Now, what's your name? What's your name, brother? Eddie. Brother Eddie, what we're going over is God's laws and who we are as a nation of people. Because Eddie and Lamar, we were not taught the nation we come from. Because America is a land. But when we were brought here on slave ships, we weren't called Americans. What were we called, Lamar? Negroes, right? What were we called, Eddie? Negroes. What are your family from? Puerto Rican, right? So don't get it twisted. A lot of Puerto Ricans were brought to Spain on slave ships. Don't think that you are against the Negro. We in this together. You understand? So.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out!
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God's telling you, Lamar and Eddie, that if we didn't keep God's commandments, curses were going to come upon us. And when you look in the community, the black Hispanic community, you don't see us prospering as we're supposed to, right? That lets you know that God has a judgment on us. Just like if we break the laws of this land, what happens to us if we break the laws of the land, Lamar? Consequences, right? Like what? Give me some consequences.
Prison time.
What else?
Death.
All those things are consequences for breaking the laws of the land. Now, if we believe that God is all-knowing and all-powerful, can we really think that he doesn't have judgment for us too? Think about that. Man can judge us, but you tell me God can't? Think, because a lot of people say, oh, God don't judge, we don't judge, you know? But if man, which is just flesh and blood, can judge you, throw you in jail, get you killed, the electric chair, whatever they can do, you think God, who created heaven and earth, can't judge you? Now, if you believe that God can judge you, don't you think his judgments are going to be way more severe than man's judgment? What you think, Eddie? You can be honest. What you think? You think God don't judge? You think he does or he doesn't? He does? Why you think so? All right. Y'all know? Okay, well, I'm going to show you something. Let's keep it to the reading.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So God says that there's going to be curses on the blacks and Hispanics in the field and in the city. So when you look in the fields, the history, we were slaves in the field. We were slaves in the cotton field, and we were slaves in the city, because a lot of the cities is where we were auctioned off. I don't know if you know about that history. We were auctioned off in the city. We were auctioned off in San Juan, Puerto Rico. That was a slave port where we were auctioned off. We were auctioned off in Manhattan. That was a big Wall Street. That was where we were auctioned off. You understand? That's history that a lot of us don't know. And that was God's judgment against us. Because what did we do? We broke his commandments.
What is a nation?
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support